Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Guitar Underground. I'm your host, Neil Santos. And today I had an interesting idea this week and thought we could turn it into a episode. And it was why learning drum rudiments will revolutionize your pentatonic rhythm and lead timing. It doesn't have to be pentatonic rhythm, just your rhythm on the guitar in general, which will improve everything else you play. For those that don't know, drum rudiments are the exercises that percussionists use to hone their skills, right? There's a bunch of traditional sort of exercises that they'll practice that allow them to play what they need to play when they need to play it. Like musicians with harmonic instruments playing scales or chords and all that stuff. But this is strictly exercises developed for rhythm. Now, a lot of guitar players think they have a scale problem when what they might really have is a rhythm problem, right? You can know every scale shape on the neck and you still sound stiff and repetitive or awkward if your timing isn't developed, right? Most players practice notes, but very few players practice rhythm at a deep level. So I thought that would be interesting to mess around with today. As an example, imagine someone with a huge vocabulary who speaks with terrible timing and awkward pauses. That's what a lot of guitar solos are like. I was going to try to read that like Christopher Walken, imagine somebody with a huge vocabulary who speaks with terrible timing and awkward pauses. That's what a lot of guitar solos sound like. I don't know. Now that I'm doing it on the mic, I don't think I sound like Christopher Walken as much as I thought I did not on a mic. So now I know. But yeah, the notes aren't the issue in that case of the words. The delivery is, right? Drum rudiments can be seen as like shadowboxing for musicians, right? You're not really fighting, but you're working on your timing. You're working on your coordination. Those simple, repetitive movements that will build your coordination, your reflexes, your feel, and your control of the instrument and the sound of the instrument. So today we're going to look at 5 reasons why thinking a bit more like a drummer can improve your improvisation. And we'll look at 5 actionable exercises that you can work this rhythmic centered approach into your playing and into your practicing today. All right? So if this type of practical guitar conversation helps you cut through the noise and actually improve your playing, make sure you subscribe and follow Guitar Underground so you don't miss a future episode and we can hang out again. So, all right, let's get into it. 5 reasons why practicing your rhythm is going to send your improv into the stratosphere. Point number 1, rhythm is the real glue of great solos. Great solos are memorable because of the rhythm first. Maybe that's a hot take, but I don't know. I think if you really think about it, it's true, whether it's fast or slow, it's the rhythm of it and of the piece. If you think of a solo in your head, everybody's going to think of a different solo. Now think of the rhythm of that solo, whether it's Yngwie and it's super fast, or whether it's David Gilmour and it's slow and melodic. That's 2 types of rhythm. And maybe that rhythm is what draws you to it. Maybe it's the notes as well. But if they weren't delivered in that sort of rhythm in the pocket with the song, they wouldn't have the same effect, right? Most iconic players, they repeat rhythmic ideas more than note patterns, right? They'll keep moving the notes, but they'll repeat the ideas. Think of Hendrix, all right? I was trying to think of some examples. I thought of Hendrix and, because everybody loves Hendrix. Who doesn't? I was thinking of Purple Rain, Purple Haze, the intro, right? Not the not that part. This. I was thinking about those notes, right? It's not the notes that make that awesome. It's that da 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 da. Because the notes choices without that sounds like if you asked a minion to come up with a song, they'd be like, ooh da dee doo, dee da doo there, ooh da dee doo, ba da boo there. And you'd be like, that's really cute. But like, because it's in that rhythm, ba 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 ba, da 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 da, it makes it like rock, dude. Especially coming out of that, bam, bam, it all works together. Or like Steve Ray Vaughan, the end of Crossfire? That I think that's what he does, something like that. That's so rhythmic. Um, uh, whatever. Layla, right? It's like gets you, man. It's that rhythm. The beginning of Back in Black. You know? It's all about the rhythm. Those could have been any notes, really, So that's the idea. Repeat those rhythmic patterns to create a memorable phrase, a memorable solo or melody. All right? You see, okay, because even if you're playing very simple notes, the rhythm is going to make it sound much more complex and intentional, right? So that's number one. Number two, drum rudiments train coordination more efficiently than random guitar exercises, right? Like if you're just playing a bunch of different licks, all types of different licks, different rhythms, all your favorite licks that you've ever learned, like that is fun and is great. And then especially if you look at it like John Mayer, where you're like, oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg. What else can I do with this lick? Then you're getting more out of it. But what I'm talking about more is just practicing, and we'll do it later, like sequences, different things to like break up a scale, different ways, groupings of 3s and 4s and 5s and what have you, that you can like combine and call upon when you're soloing and combine into different, what's the word I'm looking for? Conglomerations. I don't think that's the word, but like pair of 4, a group of 4 with a group of 5, with a group of 3, back to a group of 4, like these creations of note patterns, that you could do because you've practiced these rudiments and you can play 4s and you can play 3s. And you've worked on the coordination between your hands because you've done these rudiments. It helps you, do like singles and doubles and paradiddles and especially accenting notes, like these are all things that rudiments like train you to do. And through that consistency, your internal timing will become so honed in that you will be like as good as any drummer at keeping the rhythm. It's everybody. It's not just the drummer's responsibility to keep the rhythm. Everybody that's playing in the ensemble needs to really, step up and be part of that. The drummer drops a stick or something, has to go fiddle around to find one maybe. You have to keep it going. And then they jump back in, It'll also make it, believe it or not, practicing this stuff will make it so when the time comes, your hands won't lock up and you won't get so like tensed up because you practiced it at a slow rate and you bumped it up and you kept your feel nice and light. So you don't necessarily need harder exercises or harder licks. You need more organized repetition in your practicing. So we'll look at that. Number 3, rudiments teach you to phrase instead of just run scales. And that's kind of what I was getting at before. Like drummers think in patterns and accents, right? Guitar players often think only in like fretboard positions, right? Like sounds like up and down the scale one. But phrasing is really controlled rhythm with plus note choices, attached to those rhythm. That's what phrasing is. And you can see this with drummers, right? They'll practice a pattern, like, and it might be right, left, left, right, or something. Da, 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 da. And they just do it on the snare. Now, the real magic happens is when they start bringing it to different drums, or they'll do right, left, right, kick, right, left, right, kick, right, left, right, kick. They do that sort of pattern. Now they start bringing it to other drums. You know, so it's that same pattern, but they're changing what for them is note choices, right? They have choices of which drums to hit. But for us, with harmonic instruments, it'd be what notes we're going to apply or assign to those different beats of our pattern, right? And that's pretty cool. That's when it really gets exciting. And that's when the phrases start to have a cohesive sound to them, rather than just like, I'm going up, I'm going down, I'm going to stop here for a bit, go down, go up, you know, it's kind of randomness, which is a vibe, you know, but with a pattern, even 3 notes can sound exciting and have strong phrasing to it. So we'll look at groups of 3s and 5s and syncopated bursts and accented patterns later, okay? Point 5, drum thinking improves your feel instantly, right? Drummers naturally lock into subdivisions, 8th notes, triplets, 16th notes, rests, all this stuff. Guitar solos can tend to rush during exciting moments, right? Like we lose that timing, it falls apart under pressure. Whereas a drummer, they are so used to subdividing that beat. So even when they're doing a 16th note fill, it is literally a 16th note fill. It's not like kind of like as fast as a 16th note fill, kind of. No, it's divided perfectly. So then that 17th note lands on the 1 of the next beat, you know, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, whatever. I should have done one more, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like practicing this stuff is going to make it so when the time comes, when you need to play something fast, it's going to be in the pocket, and that's just going to make everything sound better. And you'll have a better internal pulse, and that will equal more relaxed improvising on your part. All right? So it's important to practice this. You stop chasing the beat. Where is it? It's getting away from me. You know, or, I went past it. It's behind me now, right? So that will help. Point 5, simplicity starts sounding powerful, right? Once your rhythm improves, simple ideas sound professional. You stop trying to rely on speed or complexity. You just sound better because you're in the pocket with the band, right? And when everybody hits a note at the same time, boom, that's what sounds powerful. If everybody hit a different time, it doesn't sound powerful. You want that tightness that brings the power. All right. Imagine you're a player who's constantly just searching advanced licks on YouTube. And advanced playing is often simple material derived with better timing. Right. So it's a simple thing that someone's playing. Like I remember hearing about Joe Bonamassa in an interview. And he said that he's like, I'm not fast. I think he's fast, but he said, I'm not fast. I'm just clean. Like he's like, I don't really pick as fast, but he picks a lot of those 5s and 6s. But his stressed the point that he was just clean at picking. He picked everything, and it was so precise, and he just done it for so long and spent so much time kind of paying attention to that it sounds maybe faster than it is. You know, he must be saying it for a reason, like he tried to play as something that someone else did, but they were way faster. So he's like, I'm not fast. But for me, listening to him, I'm like, no, he's fast. And maybe it just is because he's so precise and it sounds fast because these flurry of notes because he's worked on those subdivisions, you know? So Let me see. Yeah. All right, cool. Those are the 5 reasons. Now we're in the middle section. I got to do my obligatory plug because this episode is brought to you by the Pentatonic Way. And one thing I've noticed, right, teaching guitar players over the years is that people get stuck for very different reasons. Some players struggle with chiming, others struggle with fretboard visualization, phrasing, confidence, or connecting shapes. So that's actually why I created the Pentatonic Personality Quiz. It only takes a couple minutes, but it helps identify the biggest things currently holding your playing back. Once you take it, you'll also get a free 3-lesson email course specifically designed around your type of player and what you need most. It's completely free. It's at thepentatonicway.com/personality. All right, cool. Back to the program. All right, so let's look at 5 practical applications that you can start applying right now in your practicing and your playing to kind of get more of that rhythmic feel going, more of that confidence. I think you're really going to like this. This is a new concept for me. I mean, I practice this stuff, but laying it out as like drum rudiments, that was a new idea. So we'll see how this goes. We're going to learn together. But for the first tip, practice single note rudiments first, right? Use one guitar note only. Alternate pick steady 16th notes. All right? Focus purely on timing consistency. Now, what you're going to need to do, what you need is a metronome. I have a metronome app here. I don't know if you can see it. It's Vernon Reed is texting. Not me, tweeting. Loops, Loopz. I love this app. It has a metronome in it. It has a bunch of really great drum grooves too, and that's a good thing to practice with. But here's a beat. This is 78 BPM. That's beats per minute. Hear that? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're going to do 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. That's how you count 16th notes. And then we're going to do single strokes. Like if you're a drummer, that'd be right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. But in this case, it'll be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right, so let's pick a note. I'm just going to pick A on the D string. And then it goes 1 E and a 2. All right. And whenever it hits that 1, that you want to hit that a little harder, like accent it. 2, 3, 4. All right. So that is single note strokes. Now, whenever I'm teaching stuff to a student, even my kids, to say practice with the metronome, my biggest advice that will help you really lock in your rhythmic playing is that's at 78 beats per second. Minute. Sorry. Per second, that'd be too fast. I'm going to bump it up to 80. So just 2 clicks faster and do the same thing. Now, it's a little bit faster, but this is going to fine-tune my rhythmic sort of sensitivity. So. All right. Now, at the same time that this is clicking, I'm tapping my foot. That's another thing that I really advocate for. Have some body part moving. Then you're internalizing it as opposed to just this, right? If someone's sitting still and just playing and their only output is this, I find it hard to believe that they're going to be able to maintain that groove. I think it's good to tap your foot, tap your head, do something. Sometimes I'm tapping 2 feet like this. And that's going to get you used to doing that at the same time. So when you don't have a metronome and you're just playing, your foot becomes a metronome or whatever. You have this internal kind of bounce going on. All right. So that's single strokes. Let's try double strokes. Now, this might be interesting. This is what I haven't practiced. So this will be right, right, left, left, like they do. But we're going to do down, down, up, up. Let's see what happens. Please be gentle with me here. All right. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, I better turn the guitar. Ah. It kind of starts swinging. All right, here we go. Well, it's fun anyway. That'll be interesting to practice. All right. Whew. That's cool. I would practice that again. I mean, I will. Maybe I'll practice like down, 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 up, up, down, down. If anything, I'm not sure how useful it is, but in one way that it's useful is it's like rewriting those neurons and those neural pathways between your synapses. It's a new movement. You know, those double ups. What my body wanted to do is down, up, 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 down, up, up, up. I kept falling into that pattern. But yeah, anything you can do to pattern interrupt, that's key. That's a good thing to do. Do it. If you find something that gives you a challenge and makes you giggle like that because it's so challenging, do that more. Cool. All right. So let's see why that helps. It removes fretboard overwhelm, right? Just one note. You don't have to worry about fingering notes and all that. And you start to focus on your rhythm more, right? It's just one note and you're practicing down, up, down, up, down, up, or right, right, left, left, stuff like that. So once you kind of get used to that, now we get to tip 2, which is apply paradiddles to pentatonic sequences. All right. So if you don't know what a paradiddle is, it's similar to what we're just doing, but instead of like right, left, it's this right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. All right, cool. So you can apply it to some sort of 4-note pentatonic fragment. I mean, in our case, it's going to be down, up, down, down, up, down, up, up. Right? But let's try it on some sort of pentatonic thing, like. How about. All right, let's try that. So it's going to be, we're in A minor pentatonic, or, whatever. It could be E, it could be, D minor. It doesn't matter. But the notes are on the 2 middle strings. On the D, you have 7, 5, 7, and then 5 on the G string. And then 7. Wait. That's what it was. All right. Sorry. I'm making this up as I go along. We got 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. And then you repeat the 5 there on the G string. 5, 7, 5, 7. That last 7 is on the D string. All right. And then what you're going to do is a little bit of sweep picking in this case, because you start with the down, down, up, down, down. So that's the first paradiddle. And then up. This is the second paradiddle. Up, down, up, up. And then you repeat the 5 here with the down. Sorry, the 7 you repeat with the down. All right, so let me try that with the metronome. Be like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Try on the string below. All right. That's pretty cool. Kind of like a Frank Gambale thing, right? Where he does alternate picking, then into sweep picking. Very cool way to play. I mean, it seems to have worked for him. He's crazy on the guitar. He just flows all over. That's another one of those ones where it was like I was fighting my natural tendencies, my natural neural pathways, wanted to do a different rhythmic, movement with my picking hand. Like, I don't really think about my picking hand a whole lot when I play. I just think about what I want it to do, sound like, and it kind of does it. So this is kind of forcing me to, use different movements and at the same time lock in, rethink about how I'm like syncing up with the metronome while still moving my hand in this way. So it's definitely a good practice. Oh, crap. I tried to hit a button and I hit Going Poppy. Yeah, this app has a lot of great beats. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, try to accent different notes in the same lick, right? Play one pentatonic lick repeatedly and move the accent on each repetition. So maybe change it from the beat 1 to like the upbeat to the 3rd note to the 4th note. So let's see how this goes. All right, let me think of a pattern. And here's the beat, still at 80 BPM. How about like... It's hard because my amp is distorted again, so you can't really hear the accent. But let me try this. What I think of is, let's try this. All right, so I'm just doing 4 notes, right? Very simple, 5, 7, 5, 7. I'm going to start it on the 1, 3, 4. All right, now this time I'm going to start it here on that 7. It's still going to start on the 1, but now the pattern is going to be shifted. Hold on, let me make sure I can see the 1. Aha, here we go. Ready? 2, 3, 4. All right, I'll go back to the first one. Now to get on. Nuts. All right, here we go. All right, now I'm going to start on the 3rd note on the beat. 2, 3, 4. All right, now I'm going to do the 4th note on the beat. So you can see it gives a different feel each time. First note, 2nd note, third note, fourth note. So that's pretty cool. Like, talk about getting more out of a lick, right? Just that simple lick, 4 notes, sounds so different when you start it on one of those 4 notes. And I think that's the way we can practice this accent idea, especially if you don't have, like an amp, like a tube amp or acoustic or something clean where you can hear those beats. One thing you could do too is play in between the beats. That would be like on the upbeat. So it'd be like, that's the idea. So you're playing on the upbeat. So like, bum, 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 bum. Like I never hit when the metronome was hitting. It's like, I was hitting like the one E and I was hitting the E. So thinking about rhythm in this way will really open a whole lot of new doors. Maybe you haven't thought about rhythm this deeply or try to break it up, but there's a whole world here of things you can mess around with that would just take the stuff you already know and not only improve it, but give you a whole nother like level of things you can mess with, a different way to look at the same licks, that you already know. So, all right. Tip number 4, practice with a drum loop instead of a metronome sometimes. Why? Because a lot of people don't like metronomes, even though the metronome never lies, maybe that's why. But, grooves are fun and more musical just inherently. And it's easier to feel that it's subdivisions naturally because a lot of beats include all the subdivisions like this one, funky 16th straight. So you got 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4, right? On the hi-hat, you got 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have that subdivision. You got it has like a quarter 16th notes on the kick. So you got 1 E and 2 second practice, same thing as before that other beat. So you can hear it like it's just so much easier with the beat like that. And the cool thing about this app is you can slow that down and speed it up, and it's going to sound just as good. I don't know how they did it. It's awesome. There's a lot of apps like out now that do that, but yeah. And then when I did that thing where I started on the first note, and then instead I put the second note on the downbeat, and then I put the third note on the downbeat, you can really hear it now, right? In context with a whole beat. And then it becomes more like, oh, I can hear how that would work in a song. Bada 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 bada, like has that cool little pickup in it and stuff. So yeah, if like I use loops, LOOPZ, there are loop pedals that now have beats in them, which is cool. I wish I waited and got one of those. There's go on YouTube and there's just YouTube of beats. Just look up drum beats, whatever BPM, 100 BPM, 80 BPM. It's just a drummer with the camera from above usually, and they're just playing a beat for like 5-6 minutes. You can just jam over that. So there's plenty of resources out there. And if you can't find any, reach out to me in the comments and I'll try to find something, or maybe another listener or viewer will know of a resource. So cool. Plus there's a whole bunch of feels, blues, funk, rock, you can really like tighten up. Like each one of those have a different sort of feel of 16th notes, right? Or quarter notes. So you can start developing that pocket, right, in the feel. And tip number 5 here, leave more space, right? Force yourself to stop after every short phrase. Like a drummer is leaving room in the groove. It's like one drop, reggae beats. It's like it drops the first. No one hits that first beat. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, or, like start to begin to see the silence as part of that rhythm too, right? And maybe you could practice that with something like this, like we were doing. I'm going to try to leave out. I'll start 4. Here we go. 3. Maybe I'll leave out that second note. You don't want to see my face. Here we go. Now I'll leave out the third note, put the second one flat. Wait, what? Matt. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Wow. Or maybe I'll try leave the 1 out. Let's try this. 1 and then 1, 2, 3. Nice. All right. Now we try the 4. Leave the 4 out. We'll leave the middle school out and do 1 and 4. So we're 20. Now I started changing the note choices for those. And that's what we're talking about with changing, moving it around the drums, move that pattern around. Yeah, just some ideas, right? Like, I didn't know where this was going to go, adding drum rudiments to your practice. But there's definitely a lot of ideas here, a lot of places to explore. I remember when I was first learning to read music, my guitar teacher I had to get Rhythms Complete. And it's just like this. It's just like a whole book of these sort of things. Like it starts at 16th notes or whatever. And then it does this, it leave out this 16th note, the third one, leave out the second one. Then it would mix them up, leave out the second one, do the third one. It's just this sort of training you to react to these things and be able to feel them better on your instrument. In this case, it was to learn how to read the rhythms. So when they came up, you didn't have to worry about them. You could just read whatever the note names were. And it totally helped. It separated the notes from the rhythm practice. And that's kind of what we're doing here, right? Separate your rhythm and your notes and just lock in and get that feel. I think that's what separates a lot of good improvisers from great improvisers is their collection of rhythmic feels that they can call upon, right? And I think that is similar to rappers, hip-hop artists. They all have a different flow, right? They don't have a whole lot of pitches to choose from. They're just rapping. Maybe it's 5 notes that they hit when they speak naturally. So they have to keep you entertained and engaged, not only with their words, but also with their flow and how they are reacting to the backing track, to the beat. And how their rhythm scheme is, which can be considered their accents, right? Where their rhythms and their accented words are and their rhyme. in a rhyme scheme, that's where it gets interesting. So, it's similar to that. Take from it what you will. I hope it was helpful. If you have any other thoughts, man, leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. I'd love to hear if you have any other ideas. Maybe you're a drummer and a guitar player, and you have already kind of explored this sort of stuff. I'd love to hear about it. So, yeah, cool. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like I said, put them in the comments. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow and subscribe and share it with another guitar player who also may feel stuck in their what they're playing right now. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. Let the beat go on, right? Anyway, I will talk to you guys next time. This is Neil Santos saying, keep on picking. All right, take care.